What's up, everybody out there? Resin Michael RC here. A little under the weather today. I have been for like 3 straight days, like running above 100. Well, it's been kind of fluctuating. Like sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low. Like right now I'm in a lull where it's not nearly as high as it has been. So I actually feel better now than I've felt in the past few days. But I did want to get on and make this, and I'm glad Mike's already talking about it. I can already see in the comments on the side. He was talking about that it's ANNHUA. I went ahead and got them, the little trays. Let me tell you guys something about these. These trays are made so you can put silicone on the inside and then make an impression, and you need it bigger than what your mouth is in order to make that impression, so you can have the silicone kind of go around on all the sides and stuff of it. So they're going to be bigger than natural. But I will tell you that when it comes to these, if you're wanting to know about a large, the smalls are actually the same size, because these are just a fitting tray. So you can see that if the correct size, it's meant to instead of having like a building up stuff on the inside, it's just to show your gums fitting inside of it. Funny thing is the small and the large fitting tray and the small regular tray are the exact same size. So that is one thing that you can go off of there. So I mean, if you want to know if you wear a large, the small ANNHU tray is the exact same size as a large fitting tray. So I mean, that's good to know. The rest of these, I mean, if I were to make fully DIY, I would actually use the bigger large ones so I could put a big pile of silicone in there and really press it up in there. But if you're wanting a size, and I don't think they make any of these trays smaller than a small. So the small DIY tray and a large fitting tray are the exact same size. So that's wild. That's good to know. Let's see. Thank you guys for that. I'm reading through your guys' stuff. Oh, I hope I get to feeling better soon too. I don't like being under the weather, and I certainly don't like missing work, and I haven't missed more than a day of work in a long time, and this past week I missed 2 days. So, I mean, well, I didn't miss the full days. I went in and helped set stuff up on Friday, so I spent a couple hours there setting stuff up on Friday, and then whenever I got done, I was so exhausted because I was running about 101 that morning, and I had to set up a gym for testing, and we had to set up like 70 tables and about 140 chairs, and basically by the time I was done, I was wore out. I went directly home after that. The first day I went in just to check on everybody, so I've been at work every day, but I didn't stay long both days. Let's see. How's everybody doing this weekend? Hopefully nobody else is under the weather like me. Mike is on it. Make sure that you do the live chat instead of top chat so it shows you guys everything. I even forget to do that, so I love seeing that you guys do that. So I do appreciate everybody out there getting me to 10,000 subscribers. I thought I'd get a plaque from it, but apparently you don't get a plaque until like 500,000 or 1 million or something like that. That's all right. I just think it's really cool. I never thought I'd get to 10,000 subscribers, so I think it's pretty awesome. Oh, another thing that I wanted to show you, something that I'm getting more into. I know I told you guys more about the resin and stuff like that. This is something you guys will see a video of. I'm just doing an ASMR video of making this. This is a silicone mold. and it's really cool because whenever it takes out of the mold, it like pops out and stuff. So I'm doing like an ASMR version of this, and then I make the full resin insert and everything to it, and the different colors and all that stuff. But the other thing, and I haven't started making any videos of this. I want to do one before I actually do any videos of it, just to kind of get some practice, and then I got a couple more. But I used to 3D print all these helmets, and I've been wanting to take this Dark Knight cowl and actually make it a rubber cowl. So I'm actually coating this in silicone. These right here are called keys. So whenever I put the hard shell around it, it'll set into those keys and the rubber won't move around. It'll set right into it. And then I'm going to take, once I get it all done and the mold complete, then I'll take the 3D print out of the inside. I'll coat it in like Vaseline, and then I'll pour silicone on the inside of this, and then basically just kind of slosh mold it, and then hopefully do that like 3 or 4 times, because this has to be coated a bunch. Silicone's like very, very drippy, and you can tell it's dripped all over it. So I got to do tons and tons of coats just to get there, and then once I make the cowl, and this fits me perfectly. Like before I put this all together as a hard helmet, I was actually I've got a whole video on it of it shaping it to my head. So I know whenever I actually make it as a silicone cowl, it'll fit over my head perfectly. So typically they take some paper and mark off the front, which I'm going to do that towards the end, because then I won't waste any silicone, because I can just set it up like this and fill the insides up with silicone and just wait for that to dry. So I'm doing it a little different, but that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not doing a video on this. I haven't taken any video of it, just because I want to see how well it works out. You never know how this is going to turn out until you actually make the mold of it, because there was like, you can see this thicker stuff on top and like around over here. It's because the first layer that I was putting on, my silicone started to thicken up on me, and I don't know if that messed with the bottom layer of silicone or not. So I'm hoping there's not lines all in it. And silicone's one of those things you can't like sand down or anything. So if I go to make this mold and then I pop it out and it's got all these lines and stuff in it, then I'm going to know that the mold is bad. But it's just a learning experience. It's a learning process for me right now. And then I'll know better what to do next time. Not only that, but I think I need a whole different type of silicone for it. Something that's thicker, that I can do in a lot less coats, because I think I've put about 8 coats on there so far. And most of it is dripped off. So, see, I feel like I'm out of breath. Oh, let me get this real quick. Bad Resin.
It's just very unlucky.
Let me do my diligence here.
Gosh.
Braden's getting home?
Yeah.
Oh, I never know which one of these to click on. I'm trying to find the oh, there we go. All right. Members, there's a few of them in here tonight, especially Fun Size Lady. Again, everybody, the memberships, if you guys want to become a member, it's the cheapest it can be at the moment. I think it's only $1.99 in most states. Some states, I think, depending on the taxes, there was somebody that was saying theirs was like $2.99. All of that gets put into a pot on the side, where I pick somebody out just randomly that I give a pair of these Now Dentures away to. That's separate from the 2 pairs of dentures that Now Denture Rescue is giving away to random people that are in a drawing. This time around, we're going to be giving Fun Size a pair of free Now Dentures, and that's something that the community can get together and raise money to. And whenever we get to that threshold, how much they cost, then I buy that for her, and then it'll be sent to her. So if you want to become a member, just get on, I think there's a membership button on here that you can click onto. Sorry, my brain's not working 100% right now. So We have quite a bit of members right now, and I just want to give everybody a shout out that's a member. Billy Perky 7858, Donna W M8J, Sandra 050, Topeka PC, Anthony F4439, Brandy Stevens 805, Linda W 1956, Carla Jean, Kristen Elevation, Amanda Z3W, Sherry Creech, Acme Stitches, King Robbie, and King Robbie's the last one that got a free pair. Shannon Cat and Fun Size Lady. Fun Size Lady was actually the first one to become a member on the new membership system, so it's pretty cool. So I wanted to give you guys all a shout out for being members. I really appreciate that, and I know Fun Size Lady's going to appreciate that too. You can also, if you want to just donate a couple dollars here or there, you can just give it in a super chat. That also goes to it, and so I don't keep any of that money, the membership money or the super chat. I don't keep that. That just goes into a side pot. And then if you just want to donate, if you don't trust either one of those, you can donate to $ Bryson Michael RC at Cash App if you'd like. So, and I think I've deleted those off of my thing. I was going to put that up, but I think I deleted it off of my OBS. You rake leaves in Florida? Shannon Cass said in Florida cooking onions. Raked 4 bags of leaves. I didn't think Florida had seasonal changes. You rake leaves in Florida? We rake a lot of leaves here in Kansas. I mean, definitely a fall thing. I guess I should go back up here and see if anybody... Alan says, love that you are helping people. I'd love to enter the contest. There is the free giveaway on the video. All you have to do is go over if you want to enter into that one. It is called, I mean, somebody can share the link if you want to, that way you can go over and see it. But the one that says Now Denture's giveaway on it, right there. Just go to my videos and then you can click on that one and follow the directions on that. It says just to leave a comment that says giveaway M or giveaway L or giveaway medium, giveaway large, whichever one you want to do. And then make sure that you're a subscriber. Like and share. I hate using my laptop mouse pad. It's terrible. But my wireless thing has gone kaput on me. Oh, it needs charged. I didn't even realize it was it needs recharged. Stupid me. It probably needs charged more often. I've never charged it. I literally got it out of the box and just started using it. So Mike Kane, did that kind of answer your question on that for the trays? I mean, you've already got them, so you know what a large is then. So I would say that if you've already got these, it fits a large perfectly. The small does. And then if that's way too big, then just go with a medium. Shannon says you have an oak tree. They drop all their leaves in March. And when that's done, they drop pollen. Huh. I guess I never picture Florida as a place that, what is that called? When trees go through full It's not photosynthesis. That's when they take that. It takes the sunlight, creates food into it. What's it called when they go through a cycle? I can't remember. I just don't see Florida as the Florida or California, any one of those, like closer to the equator. Topeka PC says Kansas here too, bud. Not sure why I thought you were in Cali. Probably because I'm a Niners fan. I wear 49ers stuff all the time. There's a lot of people. I mean, I play music on, well, I haven't done it in a while, but I make videos of me just playing my guitar. I'll just pick a random song and then I'll learn it on the guitar, and then I'll take a video of me playing it and put it on TikTok. And I'm always wearing 49ers stuff. Now, I don't know how many times I've gotten messages from people on there just saying, I'm starting a band in Cali. Do you want to start a band with me? Not from Cali. Never been to California. I want to. I want to go to Levi Stadium pretty bad, but I've never been there. I'm guessing you're from Topeka. Four seasons in Florida. Well, I mean, I guess we have four seasons. There's four seasons really everywhere, right? Well, I guess Florida got snow not too long ago. I know some people that live in Florida, and I've seen some pictures, and they didn't even have jackets because they weren't used to having jackets. But they got snow in the northern part of Florida. Was it this past year or the year before that? It was like super weird. They put it all over Facebook. What? What's her name that I went to high school with? Her dad was the chief of the fire department here. Wicks, no. Why can't I think of her name? I see her face perfectly. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna think of it as soon as this conversation's completely over with, just randomly. Mindy Leach. That's right. Went to high school with her, and then I've had her on Facebook forever. Yeah. Yep. I missed the start. Have the DR trays. I'm pretty sure all these trays are basically the same. I wish I had the other trays that I had from last week, like close by. I know I have this tray, and this is a large. See, that's what it's for. So you can put the silicone on the inside. So you're gonna have higher edges and higher sides, like no matter what, because difference fitting tray, making tray. So large, but you can see they're obviously like way different sizes. But I was gonna see if Anehu. See, if a subscriber has a decent idea that they want to try some of this stuff, I'm more than willing to go out and try. I've had a few of these because I used to make the DIY ones all the time, and like the fully DIY ones before I got into the now dentures, and I've always used large, always, and they're basically, let's get a straight on shot. So large and large. So I'm pretty sure all the larges are the same size when it comes to these trays to these molding. I guess they would be called molding trays, right? Let's see if I can even fit a large in my mouth. Like, I guess I can. There's a lot of room though. I'm trying to see if I can match that. Let's see. Yeah, large with a large. can see how you could be thrown off by the high sides, and it could seem way too big. I think it's closer to the small. Fish Lake Shawnee today. My son went fishing and golfing today. I wish I could have gotten. I got to go on a golfing trip here soon, and I haven't. Last time it was nice and I was feeling decent. Like we went out to go golfing. It was like the first time it was super nice. So it was just packed, and I wasn't able to go. So I really wanted to go this weekend because I got a golfing trip coming up here soon, like in a month. And I'm going to probably play terrible. Shepard's voice, pretty busy tonight, huh? In the ER? Right. Aren't you in the... Did you say you were in the ER? I think I've probably asked that before. If anybody has any questions they need, there's I will say this, just so everybody kind of knows that's on here. I know that some people don't take advantage of the Saturday night. These were created so that I love what it's turned into, because a lot of times a lot of you guys get to know each other pretty well. I haven't seen Minnie in here yet, or some of the other people in here that I usually see all the time. But a lot of times people really get to know each other. And last Saturday, there was a lot of it that I was trying to read through, and I kept having to skip over a lot of it because a lot of you guys have your own side conversation and talk to each other, and I think that's awesome. It was created, though, so that I could at least have one dedicated day where I could get on, and anybody that had questions about these. I don't work for Denture Rescue or Now Denture or anything like that. I just found these. They work for me. I love them. They've been like life-changing for me, so I want it to be life-changing for somebody else too. But I do understand that there is a learning curve to a lot of it, and some people don't get it on the first try, and some people get frustrated with it and stuff like that. Some people just aren't makers. Some people are, some people aren't. Some people struggle a little bit to work with their hands and stuff. So I want to have a Saturday night where I can get on, and anybody that has any questions about it that are answerable. There are some people that have gotten on and asked really, really vague questions that I really don't know how to answer. And I get that some people want to have a private conversation. I really, really get that. But I do have a full-time job outside of YouTube, and I'm fairly busy. In fact, I was really busy this whole last week and the week prior to that, actually. Yeah, we had a whole superintendent thing that we were going through, and there's been several people who's been getting on my Facebook and leaving me messages and stuff, and a lot of times your guys' Facebook doesn't, number one, doesn't match up with your YouTube thing, but number two, I try not to do that, because if I started answering it for one, then I'd have to answer it for all. And that first video that I did has almost 250,000 views on it. So imagine how many messages I get. I do have a Bryson Michael RC Facebook that I haven't gotten on since I stopped 3D printing. It was literally just so I could show my 3D printing stuff. It's tied to my regular Facebook, but I literally haven't gotten on and checked it since I've done my 3D printing stuff, but I have had notifications and stuff of like just messages after messages. And if I got into personally helping every single person, it would basically take every waking second of every day trying to answer questions and stuff. So I would really like it if more people, and that's why I'm here, even though that I'm under the weather and stuff, because even I still want to be on here at least once a week so I can try to be live and honest and transparent and try to answer as many questions as we can answer. And then some of you guys always give good ideas and stuff out there, just like these trays. We talked about that last week, and I bought them so we could go over them this week. if you guys have any other suggestions and stuff like that, let me know, and I'll try to get what I can get and see what works. See if I can answer any questions. So, moral of the story basically is please don't send me messages. There is an option on the memberships that you can get personal messages and stuff, but I try to ask you not to do that. That's why I made it like super pricey. I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend forever, you know what I mean, answering tons of questions on Facebook, especially when they don't pay me to do it. It takes a lot of time. Shannon Reber says she wishes she would have found my videos before she wasted money on Easy Denture. I wish she would have too. Easy Denture is good for what it is, and I think that if I would have found Easy Denture first, I would have liked it, but I would have still reached out to Now Denture, and like I found Now Denture first, and I reached out to Easy Denture to get there so I could compare them. I'd have done it vice versa, and I'd have still liked the Now Denture way more, just because of the realism of them, how much better they look, and just how much better the teeth are. One thing I will tell you guys is just please make sure you're not buying stuff from Temu. Temu has tons of get on there if you've ever. Temu is really good in some senses, like it's mostly a scam. Mostly. There are some hidden gems on Temu if you're willing to do some digging around and really do your research on it. There's people on YouTube, not a whole lot of denture stuff, because not a whole lot of people even want to admit that they have dentures or anything like that. Like, not a lot of people want to get on and put their face on and say, you know, do reviews and stuff. So you're kind of shit out of luck in that regard. But other stuff you can get on, and you can look it up on YouTube and see if somebody's actually gotten it and do your research. Hidden gems out there. Like there's a lot of guitars that are what do they call them? Trying to think of the name of them. They're Les Pauls, but they're not real, but they say like Les Paul and stuff on them. They're really nice. Oh, look at that, Shannon Cat with the $10 gift, super chat. I appreciate that. That's awesome. $10 more going towards free dentures, so that's awesome. Appreciate that, Shannon. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, so I looked through there for denture stuff the other day, and I noticed that they have a lot of they have some stuff that has, just like Amazon does, they have a lot of really cheap stuff that looks good, and they have pictures of real dentures and stuff like that, and it says like $42 or $30 or this or that, you know what I mean? It's way under $100, but the pictures look so good. And then I've had so many people, so many testimonials of people in the comments saying, I went on Temu and I've wasted so much money on Temu, and all I've gotten was these basically toy teeth, plastic teeth, and all this different stuff. It's just like, I try to tell everybody Temu. I even had one person say, I'm going to go try Temu first. And it's like, you're not going to find these on Temu. You're not going to find anything decent on Temu. I've looked all through Temu. I'm just not going to waste a lot of money on that stuff, because you can tell. If you start looking through the pictures, and every one of them looks different. Like the Now Dentures, when you see a picture of them, you can tell it's Now Denture, because they have the resin teeth, acrylic, and then the heat mold stuff, and they all basically look the same. When you look at some of these, it'll have like a picture of Easy Denture, and then the next picture will be a picture of Now Denture, then the next picture will be like a real denture. And there's a lot of those DIY ones on Amazon that do the same thing. They'll show pictures of all these different real dentures, trying to convince you that you're going to make them look like a real denture, and they're not. Stay away from that stuff. If you click through the pictures and they look way different on each one, that's just a scam product. And people waste their money on that stuff all the time. I always tell people just go with name brand stuff like Jesse Dent. If you're going full DIY, or if you just need partials and you want to do the full DIY partials where you want to make a mold and do it yourself, Jesse Dent or Denture Way are pretty good ones to go with. That's what I went for first when I did the full DIY thing. But if you need full dentures, the best thing to do, the 100% best thing to do is just to get the now dentures. Shannon Kit said, I'm in a pretty good place financially right now, so if I can help some others out, that's awesome. I always say big hearts and deep pockets. That's what we need. I really do appreciate that. $10, you ever realize just how much $10 does? You know what I mean? If everybody that was a subscriber could get on and give $1, that'd be, you know. I always say on that one where it's got 225,000. Just imagine if everybody gave $1. We'd be able to buy everybody a pair. Shepherd's Voice says, when is the giveaway? At the end of the month? I forget. I haven't picked the date yet. Got my lowers yesterday, so that's awesome. Anthony, oh yeah, you're the one. You did the top ones already and was really liking them. It's awesome. Anthony, I think you're going to be super happy with that. Prep Steading says I've been toothless almost 2 weeks now. That sucks. It does. I haven't had to go very long without, so there's a lot of people on here that I mean, Bob, before we gave him the free set, I think he was at like 4 years or something like that without having anything. There's a lot of people on here that have told me about being without for 10 years, 15 years and stuff like that. And that's I couldn't imagine how frustrating that's got to be, because I can eat anything and everything, and I love being able to eat anything and everything. So I feel bad for you. Shepherd's Voice, that's exactly what I would do. Just save and save until you can figure it out. And then you know what you could do with the money you saved if you win? You can donate it to somebody else. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, Topeka says, I just got my down dentures 2 days ago. I'm still working on them. Need to thin them out. But I cried when I saw myself in the mirror. That's amazing. It feels good to see people who are actually getting them and working on them, taking your time, be patient. You'll get them perfect. You will. And you'll become a pro at doing it. It's awesome. She says my mind break is over. Oh, you don't have to say see you later. We'll see you again before the night's over. Shannon Katz is Zumba instructor. Whenever we have training sessions, they are so obsessed with telling you to smile all the time and telling people in class to smile. Yeah, it's. What is Zumba? Is that dance workout? Okay. Yeah, I think we have a Zumba thing here at our rec. My neighbor, our old neighbor, used to teach it. She was like, man, she must have been in her 50s. She looked like she was 30. It must be super healthy for you. I knew somebody that was like in their 50s and they did aerobics all the time.
That's fine. I did it a couple times.
I can't do it. I mean, just Dance Dance. Remember the game we used to play on the Kinect? That would wear me out. I can't do that. It's from being a smoker all my life. Anthony, I'm glad you say that. It took me a couple of weeks. He's saying it took me a couple of weeks to get my uppers right, just right. So be patient. There's a lot of people I think who get these and they think it's going to be a one shot, and that's what I tried to make clear in my last how-to video is you're going to have to take some time off screen. And I couldn't possibly make a video showing all the times that I go in and readjust mine from brand new to fitting perfectly. You can get them just about right the first time. And I'm pretty fast with it because I've done it a million times. But you get to a certain point and then you just got to do adjustments and adjustments until you get it perfect throughout time. And I've had a few people get on and just tell me that they wasted money on it and they did XYZ, and it's just like how many times did you go in and try to readjust it or this or that? And it's like all I did is I followed your instructions and I didn't get it right. And it's just like, well, you got to do a little more. It sucks, but you'll eventually get it, and you're gonna be super proud of yourself. And then it's gonna just it clicks there, like it clicks in your mind on where you need certain parts.
Daughter just left. She had three dogs.
Lexi left, going to the club.
All gothic and shit.
Is she really? Aw.
No wonder she didn't tell you why.
Yeah. Going through dental stuff, I feel like that is really incentive because so many people are having dental issues and losing insurance right now. Yep. You know, I bet you there was a lot of people out there during COVID. I think about this quite a bit. And see, my teeth started to go through all their stuff during the whole COVID era. And so it was actually nice wearing a mask all the time because you never did see everybody's broken, gnarly teeth and stuff. And then masks started coming off. You know what I mean? You could see everybody's mouth and stuff. So I think about that all the time where, like, you have to do certain things where you have to smile and everything, and it's like COVID was such an easier period of time for people who have really bad dental stuff. Fun size, I've smoked since I was probably 18 to 40. I don't know how long that is. 22? Is that 22 years? Anyways, I tried the whole vaping thing, and I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if I'm just allergic to something in it or what, but my blood pressure went through the roof, and I was like sick all the time. And then I just basically was like, I told my wife, I was like, I'm just gonna test it. I'm gonna stop vaping and go back to smoking and just see if my blood pressure drops, and it did. And I went back to vaping, and my blood pressure went through the roof, and I was just like, well, I guess I can't vape because it's gonna kill me. So I've been trying these, oh, I can't remember what they're called. They're these little pouch things that just kind of go up and in. Speaker says, Bryson, are you wearing them now without any adhesive, or do you have them adjusted that tight to where you don't use adhesive? I don't have to use adhesive on the top. Bottoms always need adhesive because of the way that they are. There's no suction or anything like that. You always need adhesive on the bottom. You can get them as perfect as you can possibly get them. The doctor can get them as perfectly as you can. That's a misnomer that you can get something perfect and not wear adhesive on the bottom. Every bottom needs it. The top, though, it all depends on how you do your palate. So that's the point of like the top area. So you get this basically right against that pallet, and it builds a suction in the back. And then if you get your top ones perfect, then you won't need any adhesive. You won't need it, but I still use adhesive just because I don't want any accidents or anything. It's a trust issues thing. I went without multiple times and had no issues, but I still put some on the top just because I have trust issues. I don't want anything to like come undone while I'm out in public or something. I just don't want to risk that, so I just use it all the time. Camille says, smoked 45 years and went cold turkey 6 months ago. I'm debating on that. Just saying screw it, and I don't care about the withdrawal. I heard if you make it past 11 days, you're good, because that's how long it takes an addiction to get out of your system. I don't know what 11 days, I don't know who came up with that, but that's what I heard. So I'm debating on just trying that, because I made it a point to quit last year, and I didn't get stopped last year, and I've been kind of on and off, going back and forth. I quit for like an entire month, and then went back. So I'm thinking about just saying screw it, no nicotine, no nothing. I need to stop drinking Red Bull more than anything. That's the biggest thing. Like, if I don't have a certain amount of caffeine, I have really bad headaches. I used to chew. That's the whole thing, is I used to chew in high school. And I played football, and everybody that played football chewed back then. And then I hated smoking. I hated the taste of it, the smell of it, everything. But we'd go to parties all the time, and you didn't want to have a chew in while you were drinking. And so I would just smoke at parties. And then I hated it, so I was like, I'm gonna start smoking so I can quit chewing. And I'll easily give up smoking because I hate everything about it. And I've hated everything about it for 22 years, and I'm still smoking. It's it's such a stupid habit, such a nasty habit. Prep Stating says, I'm 60 and I've smoked since 16. Never quit, huh? Sometimes life just gets so stressful you just need that cigarette, huh? That's my problem, is I quit for like a month, and then I had a really, really stressful week at work, and I asked one of my coworkers for a cigarette. Just want one. And I got one, and then had another one. Then I bought a pack just so I can have a backup in case I need it, because I don't like asking for stuff like that. And then bam, 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 I was smoking again. Yeah, Shannon Cat, that's kind of the issue, is being able to afford any type of any good dental insurance while having a regular like $40,000 a year job and under. Oh hell, even like $50,000 a year and under. Like I make a pretty decent amount of money at my job as a supervisor for the school, and probably one of the higher paying positions, and I still, with as much money as I have to pay in, I think I pay, like, for me and 2 kids, because my wife's on her own insurance. For me and the 2 kids, it's like $374 a month. Maybe it's $400 something dollars a month for insurance. And they only allow each of us $2,000 in each one of them. And in dental, you could burn through $2,000 fast. Fast. So it really doesn't give you much. And you still have to pay 20%. So, and then they get you with these like high copays. I took my daughter to, we get free, one free tooth cleaning and one free going and getting your vision checked every year. But it's called a specialist, and the specialist copay is $100. So even though it's free, you still have to pay the $100 copay, which you don't get back. So it's just insurance is just ridiculous nowadays. I remember being younger and having insurance, and it actually mattered, actually meant something. Now that they've done that law where they cut your dental bill like by a quarter, or you only have to pay a quarter of your dental bill or your medical bill now, or something like that, or they have to half it. I don't remember the exact thing. If you don't have insurance, it's almost if you make a certain amount of money, it's almost better having a health savings account and not having insurance. Especially if you're young and you're not going to be going to the doctor very often. Just save up on a health savings account, and then if you go, just tell them you don't have insurance, get your health care cut in half, and then, you know what I mean? Unless you have any like cancers or any like really high stuff, like if you have, as long as you're not diabetic, or you don't have any pre-existing conditions. If you're just a young person without any pre-existing conditions, I think the best thing would just be to get an HSA and say you don't have insurance. Shit's crazy. Man, everybody in here's a smoker, huh? Tried to vape. Donna said she tried to vape. Yeah, that was a problem with vaping for me. Is like a cigarette, you get done with a cigarette and you're done with the cigarette. Like vaping, you're never done with it. So I was constantly just taking a drag off of it. I think I was getting more nicotine with a vape than I was cigarettes. And I was doing way more. Topeka said, yeah, I had to trim back. That's what I did. Mine's trimmed way back. So mine doesn't have nearly the suction that it should. Like if mine was all the way back where it should be, it would have way better suction. But I trimmed it way forward. Not only that, but you have taste buds on the roof of your mouth too, and if you cover them up all the way, your food tastes different. So if you make it go in like mine, how I make it go in like this U shape, it's because like right past here is where your taste buds start and a little back on the roof of your mouth. And I noticed that if I would do this like V shape on the top, then it would taste a lot better. Food would taste better. It wouldn't taste as dull. Prep says, I heard the chemicals in vape are worse than cigarettes. So I have a buddy that built basically an empire on vaping. And he got a whole bunch of money, moved to Colorado, and started a vape shop called Absolute Vapor. And made a lot of money doing it. Had his own business for a long time. And the American-made vape stuff has chemicals in it that are based on like American FDA approvals and stuff like that. So the chemicals that are in those are actually not bad for you or anything, and that's where I was getting mine from. But if you get the vape stuff that you buy from a gas station, you know, those like 24-hour vapes and all those like easy vape things from a gas station that are super cheap, those are all those Chinese quality vape stuff, and those do have really bad chemicals in it, like the embalming fluid that they use for dead stuff, like embalming dead people, that's in like Chinese vape stuff. So it's best to go with an American brand like Absolute Vapor and not like a gas station Chinese brand. I don't even know how those get through. But if it's made in America, I guess that's what I think that's how it was explained to me. If it's made in America, they follow FDA rules. But if it's not made in America but just sold in America, then they don't have to follow the making portion by the FDA. Sherry said you quit 15 years ago, quit cold turkey. Going to Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, so you quit cold turkey on Turkey Day, huh? I'm the same way, actually, Sherry. When I go to Thanksgiving dinner, I'm the only one who smokes, and so I have to go out on the front porch by myself and have a cigarette. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's cold. You're sitting out by yourself watching the football game on my phone. My brother was looking into FUM. It's great that it worked for you. What's FUM? Did I miss one of the... Oh, okay. I used FUM to quit vaping. You can Google FUM. Okay, I've heard of that. Yeah, so there's a bunch of people online that are promoting that. There's also, what is his name? He was a Fox News anchor. Tucker Carlson has like a vape thing that's like vape the air or something like that too, that my buddy started using. Oh no, his is the pouches, but they're different. I don't know. My buddy was using them and he likes them. I don't think my brain isn't working right. Oh, there we go. Oh, you roll your own cigarettes, Donna? I know some people who do that, saving some money. You get like a bag of that stuff at the gas station, roll your own. The only problem with that is you have rolling papers in your car, so you can roll your own cigarettes. It gives a cop probable cause if they pull you over to waste your time and try to search your vehicle. Even though plenty of people roll their own cigarettes, they still think that that's only a weed smoking thing. Yeah, that's the big part, Sherry, is the craving. The whole month that I quit, like I actually lost the crave for it for a little bit, except for when I was super stressed out. Then I would like really, because the thing about it is with like these, you put them in your lip and it takes like 20 minutes for it to start actually kicking in and for you to actually start to get a nicotine draw from them. So my routine would be in the morning, wake up, go to the back, light up a cigarette, start getting around. And then my biggest thing was driving. I had to have a cigarette in the truck. And those were the biggest craves, is first thing in the morning, and then whenever I got in the vehicle to drive. And then those cravings kind of started to go away. And then I got stressed out and it just seemed like every time that I drove my truck, it was like, I need a cigarette so bad. Like they just came back out of nowhere. It was crazy. You just got to be able to fight through it. Shannon Cat, it seems like you've done a lot. You're a radio DJ too? Oh yeah, I seen that coming from a mile away. She says it was one of the first fields to be displaced with automation. Full-time job turned into part-time, then down to now. Yep, a bunch of AI crap. Georgia says hi all. Hi Georgia. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah, I hate AI voices too. They don't sound right. But for some reason, it's like AI came out and everybody just dove headfirst into AI. It was just like, we got to do everything with AI. Everything we can do. I think companies just started trying to find ways to not have to pay people. See, that was one of the things, like, I wanted to run for office when I was younger, really, really badly. And one of the things that I wanted to do was do a tax on companies that use robotics or AI, and to have a government have like a government entity that would go in and say, hey, so you've got a robot, instead of this one robot does 5 people's jobs. So you have to pay a tax of an equivalent of at least 5 people. You know what I mean? That way companies don't just automatically automate and start saving a ton of money. And because all that money just gets hoarded at the top. So instead of doing that, and then that tax, I wanted to do a thing where it would be a tax to where that money wouldn't go towards the business or anything, but it would be paid into a tax for like public stuff. And then if you made under a certain amount of money, because every company uses automation for one reason or another. So if you get AI to come and replace one person, then you would still pay for the amount of money for that one person. You would only be using AI because it would be a benefit. You know, maybe an AI would know more and would benefit more. So your company still grows because of the AI, but you're still paying what that person's worth in a tax that would go towards like helping people under a certain amount, certain class under a certain amount, to get like free healthcare and stuff like that. That was one of my ideas. It's smaller. It's in a nutshell. It's hard to explain that whole thing, but that was one of my ideas. That and doing away with qualified immunity for cops was like 2 big deals that I wanted to go on. Sorry, my eyes are like burning. Donna prefers rolled ones. I prefer them with a filter. Deborah says, I read some private dentist practices are making the palates thinner, less hockey puck, but they are more expensive than Aspen Denture. There are some that makes, I mean, really thin, real comfortable ones, but the better quality you get, the more money you're going to be spending for all of them. All the research that I've done into any full dentures, it's just like the better you get, it's just thousands and thousands of dollars more. That's why there's such a fluctuation between like $1,000 and $10,000 for dentures. If you want to get something that's actually thin, comfortable, and looks good, you're going to pay a lot of money. Camille says the only thing I'm upset about quitting is the outrageous sweet tooth I've got. So you traded an addiction to caffeine for an addiction to sweets, huh? It's true. Shan says AI music totally brings on the cringe. I can tell. Yeah, 100%. I'm an old school musician who spent a lot of time in a recording studio, and a lot of musicians, I mean, what's the point in a sound guy anymore? Everybody uses AI to generate sound and stuff, and the AI puts way too much reverb on stuff, and you can tell when it's had a professional ear do a professional sound mix to it compared to a quick AI thing. It's totally different. I think it's because so many of those people online who are like, you ever see those musicians who they'll do like a piano part and then a guitar part and a singing part? They way oversaturate the echo and stuff on it, and I think AI has just learned to think that that's what we like to hear. I think it sounds terrible. That's something that I don't agree with, is a universal basic income, because when there's a universal basic income in any in any country that's had kind of a communist style universal basic income, they try to make you universally poor. And I like to be able to, the one good thing about the way that our economy is, in my opinion, is just that you have the option to work harder and make more. So I like having that freedom to be able, like, if I really wanted to push myself to go out and try to make something of myself and create a business and try to do more, and then I could be successful and make more. But, and I think if you have a universal basic income as well, a lot of people who really just don't find meaning in life and stuff, and will sit back and basically, I don't know, I find a lot of meaning in having a job where I can go and do more. You know what I mean? It's a drive. I could just see that taking the drive out of people if everybody made the same amount. Just like, what's the point in really? It would be a society giving up, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm trying to go through these all. Yeah, Camille, I've seen a lot of ads and stuff for people giving your money to AI and having AI invest it for you. That scares the hell out of me, that automation, like artificial intelligence, is deciding how the markets go. That's it. Rather than people deciding how the markets go, it's AI that's it. Almost makes you wonder if the people building AI are structuring AI in a way that creates more for them and less for other people. That's a whole scary situation for me, because nobody knows. All these AIs just sprung up out of nowhere in the last few years. It's like everybody suddenly had an AI, and you know, all the AI is coming from one specific place, Silicon Valley. And all these programs are, it's almost like how the media, if you look at the media in our country, after playing music for so long and talking to different record companies and stuff like that, all the media is owned by 4 major conglomerate corporations that make money off of everything. So a lot of people will think that like MSNBC, CBS, all these are a whole different thing than Fox News, but they're 2 different opposing view sides bickering back and forth with each other, and 2 opposing points of view, but they're all owned by the same media conglomerate. They're made to do that, like made to make people pick sides and stuff. And once you start understanding that part of the corporate conglomerate, then you start realizing that this is all made in a pretext to make people money. So if Silicon Valley is creating that stuff and driving the market in a specific way, that's scary as hell. I guess the best thing to do would be to get in and invest. Who knows? Maybe you'll make some money out of it. Who knows? I don't want to get into all that. That's all conspiracy stuff. I'm not a conspiracist. I'm a person who just likes to ask a lot of questions and doesn't like where the rabbit trail goes. I haven't announced a giveaway date yet, no. Tommy, I have not. You'll know. I'll put out a video that announces it, and then on one of these lives we'll talk about it. But I have not, no. Another one saying a lot of people go to Mexico for dental work. Maybe that's what I should do, is just buy me a van, drive around the country and pick people up. We should just go down to Mexico and get dental stuff done. A station in Phoenix just went all AI. What? DJ voices, everything. Wow. That's wild. It kind of just shows you that humanity has had such a repetitive trait that it can mimic But nobody really listens to radio much anymore. Well, my wife does. I really don't. I mean, I like to just get on YouTube and click something on and then put it in the little holster, play it through Bluetooth. But that's wild to me. I mean, AI only knows what it can repeat. So it kind of shows you how we're all creatures of habit. We're very repetitive. I always have some kind of project. That's how I am. I got to keep my hands working, Donna. That's why I'm doing the whole resin and stuff. I gotta always be into something. I actually had a company reach out to me that is a really, really cool company, and I haven't emailed them back. They're wanting to pay me to do a promotional thing for them. They're called let's see, let me look this up. Well, they're only wanting to pay me $300 to make a video, which I don't know if I want to do that, because it's a multi-million-dollar company. I think they could do a little bit better than that. It's called Hitum 3D. So I used to do 3D printing stuff all the time, and Hitum 3D is something I've wanted to get a long time ago, but it's a pretty expensive program. But basically, you can take a picture of yourself, and it'll make it without. See, I used to have to take a Connect and put it all around because it had like 3D imaging and stuff like that to make an actual image, like make a bust of myself. I made one. There's a video on my channel of me doing one for my son and one for me. I even got one in my office, like a little 3D print of me. But this one, you can actually go on ChatGPT and you can create a character, or you can take like a picture of yourself or something like that, and Hitum 3D just takes that one picture and creates a full 3D model of it. And then you can basically print off a image of your 3D image of yourself, or a character that you created or something like that, and you can make full 3D STL files and stuff like that I used to make. And instead of using like Fusion 360 and going through hours of creating these 3D images, you can use Hitum 3D and just generate that. And I know we're talking about AI, and it uses AI for all that, but it's a really, really cool program, and I really want to use it. So I'm debating on doing it, but then I have to dedicate one video to them. And then, like I told them, I was like, if I do get this, I'm going to be using it for a lot more than just one video. So we've had a few emails back and forth, so I'm going to try to see what we can work out. But it's one of the coolest programs I think that's ever been offered to this channel. And I could take an image of, say, this, and make a 3D print, full 3D print. I think it would be really cool. So Mike Kane, you said anyone else have more pain from the front bottom? I do. I still to this day have certain parts in the bottom where if I bite down too hard, but here's the reason why. And I think everybody's going to have it whether you notice it or not. You have an actual, this was explained to me by a dentist. And this is why whenever they're numbing, when they do the bottom, they do the top, they numb certain sections of the top. But on the bottom, when they want to numb a section, they can just stick it in the back and stick it all the way down to that, what is it called? It's a, whatever causes pain sensors and stuff. I can't think of what it's called. But anyways, you have a really big one down here. And so they can just stick it in the back and numb the whole area if they wanted to. So not as much up here because it all comes up, but a big one right here. So you have more filling in your jaw than you actually have up here. So if that explains, my brain's not working today. I'm I blame it on the 100-degree temperature I've been running for a few days. So. Donna said, seems like in the last month the chat that you can have conversations, say it helps lonely people. I mean, I could see that. Getting how Denture's to get a van and drive around helping. It would be nice if they could do something where they could get different dentist offices to take it so you can use your insurance for it. A lot of people would have them right now if they would take insurance for it. Donna said, saw a warning that AI is not always correct. You can ask it all sorts of stuff, especially the ones that you have like the speakers, Siri and stuff like that. I looked over at my phone to see if it kicked on when I said her name. Ask it all sorts of questions. It'll tell you a lot of wrong things. Sonic Trek is a company trying to sell stations on running this. Wow. Yeah, and that's one thing that was explained to me whenever I was doing music is we had a local country station here that used to play my music all the time, and they said that when internet music and stuff came out, the radio took a huge hit when MP3s and all that different stuff. And so trying to get enough businesses to cover paychecks and stuff, to cover advertising and everything, because radio was such a past market that it was harder and harder and harder. And then they ended up switching the country station over to like a classic rock station or something like that, because they did like some survey in Arc City to see what type of music people liked and if anybody really listened to country anymore. And they ended up switching over to classic rock because they would make more money off of it. And then I think they let go of most of their staff. I don't think most radio stations have near the staff that they used to have. Like back in the 80s and stuff, they had 80s and 90s. Radio was huge. It was the only place you could listen to music. Now there's just so many better places to go. I don't even think the kids nowadays, my kids are, what are the kids always trying to get on? What's that streaming service? Spotify. Yeah, they're always wanting to get on Spotify. I don't even like Spotify. I just do YouTube Music. But there's so many different streaming services. Like radio's so far down the line now. I could see why a lot of them are just completely downsizing. Deborah says, Easy Denture suggests a secondary solution after using Easy Denture. Oh, well, this thing just jumped. Okay. After using Easy Denture, where you send them your impressions, pretty expensive too. Probably not as quality. Wait. What are you? Easy Denture suggests a secondary solution after using Easy Denture. Oh, you can send in your Easy Denture impression? Is that what I'm getting? Where you send them your impressions. So do you just send them your Easy Denture and then they make you dentures based on that? Sativa said Denture Box does 3D printed, but I've heard mixed reviews. So Denture Box, from what I've heard, is no longer a thing. They've folded as a Shannon Cat's already on it. They folded as a company. Yeah. Not operating legally. Went out of business. Linda's got it too. I like using AI just for my thumbnails. I just think it's fun making a picture. Like caricature images and stuff. I've had so much fun with ChatGPT just making images. I don't know when they went out of business. That's something everybody told me a while back. It's been at least a few weeks since I found out that they went out of business. Yeah, so they would make you a 3D print, an all white 3D print first to try and that's what it really why I wanted to go through them to get that full all white 3D print. And then you try it in and kind of tell them what was off and stuff. And then they would send you your full denture after that. I thought that was pretty cool. No, iHeart and Cox, they sucked. Yeah, yeah. iHeart, nobody even really uses iHeartRadio anymore from what I heard. I tried them out for a while. I remember when iHeart first came out. And then it was just like, it just got to be too much, too many ads and all that stuff that, yeah, it just wasn't worth it. Yeah, I was wondering if they back ordered or gave anybody their money back that put an order in with Denture Box, or if they just stiffed them. That would suck. To not know and then for the company just to go under, I would be irate. I'd be so mad because it wasn't cheap. I mean, it was like $600 to $800, wasn't it? I mean, it's not cheap. I bet there's videos out on it too of people talking about it. I've never seen any, but I've learned all that from you guys. Started early this year, something about violation of state dental board regulation. That's wild. Huh. So that kind of makes me wonder too, because even with these now dentures, one of the things that always frustrates me is when there's clearly a dentist that gets on and leaves a comment, and it's like you start threatening somebody's livelihood, taking money away from somebody else. They get irate about it, and you can clearly see when there's a dentist getting on one of my videos, leaving a comment, telling, because what they'll do is they'll leave multiple comments of it's a scam, don't waste your money, and all this. You know what I mean? They've never tried it before, never done anything. They're just trying to get out there and make it look bad. Uh, it's really just kind of dumb. And then you get on there and you're just like, what are you talking about? Have you ever tried it? No, but you know what I mean? But I remember when I was trying to learn how to do tattoos and stuff, and there's this local artist in our town, this tattoo artist. He had caught wind that I was literally just tattooing my friends and doing, you know, practice tattoos on pieces of silicone and stuff like that. And then he got on and just tried to rip my ass on messages and stuff, and started going nuts about all this different stuff, and started spreading all this shit about me. And it was like, I finally was like, dude, I'm not here to try to take away from your customer base. Like, I'm not going out and advertising or anything like that, but anybody who wants to learn how to tattoo has to at least try it. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's just some business owners who things because they're going to lose money, and it kind of just makes me wonder if that's just the result of some type of dental company, or, you know, some big wig dentistry or denture making place that went out and got them shut down. It makes me wonder. Oh man, my thing cut out for a second. That was crazy.
Yeah, so did. I think that's why we're going to just set up the front for.
Oh fuck.
My phone just stopped.
Is he playing live? Oh, I think this thing just got... Tell him I'm on live YouTube right now, so it might not be a good idea for him to be playing live at the moment. That's probably why this is... Sorry you guys, there's a YouTube error, and I'm not exactly sure what's happening. You guys can hear it. Oh, is it back? Sorry, this thing started, on my end, this thing started, like, cutting out. So, did it cut out on your guys' end? That was weird. I think my son's in there playing video games live, and it probably just overloaded. Can I turn my audio up? I'm probably just talking too soft, honestly. Let me look over here at the audio. Testing, testing. It's up, but it's going into the yellow, so I'm trying to keep it under the red. I'll put it at... There we go. I don't remember what I was talking about because the whole thing like cut out for a second on here. It just said that it wasn't receiving video, so I didn't know what it was doing from everybody else's end. It apparently started with a customer complaint to Better Business Bureau. It led to an investigation. But still, anybody can leave anything with the Better Business Bureau. And that's what I tell everybody all the time. In fact, now Denture has apparently a negative thing with the Better Business Bureau. I think anybody that makes any type of DIY denture or cheaper denture option or anything like that probably has a negative review with the Better Business Bureau, because it makes me wonder if dentistry places that are losing money because of DIY are reporting them to the Better Business Bureau. You know what I mean? I'm starting to wonder that.
Sorry. I got Doritos for you too, because
Sorry that the audio is low. I mean, I am talking a little softer than I usually do, only because I'm just not feeling well, but Sativa, I agree with you. I thought personally, and when I was making them, I think the now dentures are easier to make than the easy dentures. Way easier. personally. And they have the extra molars in the back, which you'll notice when you're eating, for sure. And the width of the teeth. The easy dentures are fat. Like, they feel fake. Everything about them feels fake. It's crazy. Yeah, I think a lot of dentists can. There's a lot of people out there who got into dentistry to make more money, and it would only behoove them to go in and try to shut down anybody who's taking money away from them. Because pretty soon people are. I mean, the more people who learn about this stuff and stop going to dentists for this type of option. And that's the bad thing, is because if you talk to any dentist, this is the big conundrum, right? If you talk to any dentist about getting dentures, every dentist gets frustrated about it. In fact, when I went in to talk to them about getting dentures, every dentist tried to talk me out of it at first. And their main issue was telling me just how bad it was to try to get dentures to fit correctly. And just about every one of them told me they would never get them to fit correctly. And everybody hates dentures, and everybody gets annoyed by them. And they constantly have to redo them. You could tell that I talked to about three or four different ones of them, that they were just kind of annoyed at people. And I even heard from other people who've talked about dentists that they know being annoyed at people who get dentures because they never fit right, they never get them right, and stuff like that. So they get annoyed by it, but they make a bunch of money from it, because a lot of them, they charge you to initially make them, they charge you for relines, they charge you to come back and adjust them, all that. So it's all money being made, whether they're annoyed or not. They're still making money off of you. So then when people start finding a whole different option to go to that works for them, then that line goes to zero. And they're going to start going, wait. You know what I mean? Like, don't be so annoyed by it. Don't treat customers. There's plenty of dentists out there that treat denture customers like they're garbage. Like they're just annoyed by the whole thing. Yeah, everybody wants everyone to get implants. That's like the new big thing that they're pushing like crazy, but they're like $10,000 at the least, I think. They're ridiculously expensive. And they're doing all these one-day implant things, and I've heard so many negative stories about one-day implants being just horrible, just horror stories from one-day implants. Do you think Now Denture is the best? I think personally, I think they're the best. Suno songs, I think Now Dentures are the best ones to go with. I really do, 100%. And yeah, they're still around. As far as I know, I haven't talked to them in a few weeks. In fact, since they sent me the box, and about 3 Saturdays ago, I showed you guys them sending me the box with the giveaway stuff in it. I haven't actually emailed them or anything since then. That's wild. I didn't even think about that. I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to. They make pet insurance now? I didn't know that. Wow. I've never had a pet on insurance before. Our vets here in Arc City are fairly cheap. Nothing's too expensive. It'd be pointless to get insurance for our pets just because it would cost way, way more than it would take to just get them specific shots and stuff. Shannon, I appreciate that. She said she watched the one where I showed all the different options. Actually demonstrated the options. That's the whole reason why I did that. Is kind of show you what's out there for you. I mean, because these Now Dentures are $400 almost, you know. Well, they're $376. If you don't have that, then you're good with your hands. You can always go with the fully DIY option. I mean, it's up to you. I just think now dentures are way better. It's way better just to save up and do it to get them. Camille, really the only way to know would be to get them and then take the fitting tray and fit it on the bottom. And if it rubs up against the side and stuff, then you know, I don't know. I don't know how much bone protrudes or sticks out or anything like that, so I couldn't tell you, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I can imagine in the early 60s how bad dentures were. They've gotten a whole lot better since. We live in a great time. We really do. I mean, DIY options have they've only been around for like 10 years now. Steve says not only do you have to pay a lot, then you have to make sure they're not going to fail. Going through all that would be devastating if it, yeah, exactly. Yeah, dentures were ceramic back then. The teeth, from what I heard, ceramic teeth are way better. If you can still get them with an acrylic gum and a ceramic teeth, I heard those are, you can actually still get implants ceramic. So I heard they're way better and they feel way more natural, way more like bone. $24,000 for the 4-way implants. And if I had the option, if I had the money to get whatever I wanted, what I would do is get those ones that have the magnets, 4 magnets, 4 magnets, and then you take your dental denture and it just magnetizes, clips in. If I had the option to do whatever I wanted, that's what I would do in a heartbeat. No more adhesive, you wouldn't need it, and then it just clips in and clips out. You can take them out, clean them, clip them back in. I think that option is literally would be the easiest of all time. If I could get somebody just to go and put magnets in my gums, I would do that in a heartbeat, and then I would just make I would use rare earth magnets on my own DIY dentures and just pop them in. That's what I would do in a heartbeat. The surgery part of putting the magnets in the gums would be the hardest part, though. The people who got the giveaway dentures let you know how they did. No, I haven't even heard from them since. So I'm wondering if they both just failed at making them. Honestly, I'd like to hear from them. It'd be nice. I should reach out and email them because I mean, it could be that they got them and they got what they wanted and that's that, or they got them and failed and just never wanted to update anybody. Who knows? I assume that's how it's probably going to be with the next ones too. I'd like to see how Bobby's done. I haven't seen him in a while. He's still a member, but I haven't seen anything from him. I hope he didn't. I mean, you can't really fail at making them. I mean, you can fail, but all you got to do is reheat out everything up and start all over. So. The dogs are out whining. There's police cars. So, you know, I agree. They don't want to check your teeth first, they want to check your wallet first. Yeah. And not only that, but unfortunately, the last few times that I went to the dentist, um, two different places that I went to wanted to charge me before I ever even went back to see the dentist. When I was younger, you went back, you did your whole process, and then they charged you at the front. And if you couldn't pay for it, they were like, well, then you got to do a payment plan, blah, blah, blah. And that was that. Everywhere that I went as a kid, I remember going with my mom. We never had thousands of dollars to spend for stuff right off the bat. I remember getting my wisdom teeth taken out, going back there. We got back, and they were like, well, that'd be, I think it was only like $400 or something like that. And my mom was like, well, I can give you 100. What can I do? And she was like, well, we can just take a payment on the rest. Well, I went in there to get something done. The last two times I went in to get something done, I was sitting in the waiting room, and both times the lady was like, you can go ahead and pay for that now. And I was like, I've never heard of paying up front. I've only heard of paying afterwards. Like, this is a new thing that they're all doing to make sure that they all get paid. Yeah, the magnetic ones are implants because they have to implant the magnetics up. But I like how it's just like a nice denture that clips. I like that. If I had the money, I would do that. Which I do have the money, but I don't know if I want to spend that amount of money right now. Maybe after I buy a house and all that stuff in the future. Zirconia teeth? I heard zirconia teeth are heavy. I've never heard of anybody having zirconia teeth. That's wild. Like diamond teeth? A guy in Jacksonville died during a one-day extraction and implant procedure last November. That's wild. I could see that happening though. The one thing about that big nerve that you have in your jaw, you also have a giant vein, like a artery. And I remember one time they were trying to do a tooth in mine, and they hit the artery uh, with the numbing stuff, and that numbing stuff has norepinephrine in it. And when they plunged it in, it made my heart race. I felt like I was having a heart attack. I had to get up and like move around and stuff. Like you could physically see so I could see if somebody was old and they plunged that Novocaine. It's not Novocaine, but what is it called? That they put in. I can't think of anything today. But anyways, if you're old and they plunge that in there, if I'd have been like 60 or 70, I'd have had a heart attack. Easy. This shit was crazy. Like you could literally physically see my heart beating. Casey Hollis said, I just got my medium set. They fit, but they are a lot smaller than my original teeth. I've heard that from a lot of people with the mediums, that the teeth seem smaller. I think you're about the second or third one who's told me that they seem smaller. So I know it sucks. That's one thing that we've talked about is well, something that I've talked with Now Denture about eventually having a thing where you could get a medium size with a large teeth. But right now they just have it set. As the sizes go down, the teeth get smaller. It just kind of sucks because there's a lot of people. I even know a lot of really small girls that have really big teeth. So your teeth size and your mouth size don't always match up. Donna said, not me, I'll be showing mine off. She's in the process of saving them. Rather just pay instead of financing them. That's good. That's what I want. I want some pictures from people showing me how theirs are going. Yeah, I don't know how that would work if you have magnets and you need an MRI. I guess that would be bad. I guess that would be really bad. So I guess if you had the magnet implants and you ended up getting brain cancer, you'd be kind of screwed, right? Or if you had a I don't know, something wrong with your brain. Lidocaine, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you, Mike. I think I said Novocaine, lidocaine. Yeah. Well, fun size, I think there's epinephrine and there's norepinephrine, right? And I think I think they're two different. Am I thinking of that right? And I think the one that's in lidocaine is norepinephrine, or maybe it's not pronounced nor. Noor? I don't remember now. I'm blaming my mind today on my illness. So just thank you, Sativa. That'd be awesome. Like you and Donna both. I'm hoping I can, you know, hoping when you guys get yours, if they're a giveaway or you buy them yourself, then I hope we get to see that one day. I think I would like to do a video someday where I just kind of show people. What I would like to really do is one of these days on these lives, pick one of you guys out to do, you know, that get them, that wear them, to have a video call and kind of just let you get on here and say what you think of yours. I think that'd be cool. Ooh, guy was in his 30s, huh? Damn, that's crazy. Almost seems like that was on purpose, huh? Camille says 2 more months and I will order. I will definitely share photos. Awesome. I mean, both epinephrines keep you, like, epinephrine is epinephrine, and I think there's like not just two, but I think there's like 4 different types of epinephrine. They're, it's not that all epinephrine does the same exact thing. It's like a um, adrenaline boost, basically. But the other chemical that's in the epinephrine, if I'm remembering right, and I could be dead wrong, I don't have Google open in front of me or anything. I think there's a certain chemical compound for when it's in lidocaine, and then there's like a nasal spray that has it, and maybe that's where the norepinephrine is. There's a nasal spray. It helps it attach to the different chemicals that you're using. I think, if I remember right. I thought we looked it up one time whenever I was watching that. You know that show? There's a movie where that guy has to stay awake and he does like cocaine and all this different stuff. And then all of a sudden, Chester Bennington, they're standing next to the street, and Chester Bennington tells him there's epinephrine in nasal spray. And he takes nasal spray and he's like jamming it up his nose to keep himself awake. I think they said it was a different type, or he said something epinephrine, and I can't remember that. So I think we looked it up. I could be dead wrong. Maybe I'm just misremembering that. I am not a doctor. I'm sure you could look it up really fast. Donna, I think when you finally get them, your social life's gonna open up a ton. I really do. I enjoy going and smiling for stuff and taking pictures. You know what I mean? For like 2 years prior to that, I hated it. So. My son's in there freaking out for some reason. What are you doing, Brayden? I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's mad because I'm hogging all the bandwidth. Camille, I appreciate that. I do. I think they look really good. If my smile was straighter, they would be better. No, I'm just kidding. What might surprise you is when I was 23, I had a stroke, so that's why my mouth is so crooked. That's why this side goes down. Or no, this side goes down, and this side goes up. Yeah. Not weird? So when you have as straight as teeth as this, and they look this good, they kind of look crooked because my smile's crooked. Fun size looked it up. There you go. Perfect. Denver said that cauliflower video was a riot. I was trying to talk with a mouthful. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I love some cauliflower and ranch. I'll tell you what, I'll buy a big bag of cauliflower and just ranch dressing the hell out of it. Casey said I cried when I got mine. I was so happy. I'm happy for you. Yeah. The problem with the eating videos, trying to like eat and because the big thing is you want to see how the teeth are doing. So I eat with when I take a bite, that's usually how I eat. So when you're on video and you want to see the teeth and how the teeth are doing. So I'm trying to eat with my mouth open so you can see the teeth chewing. So there's like stuff falling out of my mouth and stuff. I'm totally not good at it. So when I did the apple one, I was just like, this feels awkward. And then started doing the cauliflower one. It just cracked me up. I just felt stupid. Hmm. KCD says, I got the Now Dentures medium set and I think they fit okay, but you can't actually see the teeth in my mouth when I talk or even smile. That's weird. I don't know what the problem is. I can't figure it out. Like, they don't, I don't know. Are the teeth just so small that, like, is it kind of like that when you talk, or maybe you got big lips? That's what I was worried about with these, because I wanted really big teeth, and I was just worried that, because I had really big teeth. And I do actually, like, I could push these up even more. Because if you've been without teeth for a while, your gums are going to shrink way, way, way down. So your level is going to go from like here and keep rising up. And in your mouth, a centimeter is like a mile. So if you went without teeth for a while, or you've been without real teeth for a long time, uh, mine I could push up more if I wanted to. But I basically, when I was adjusting mine to get them to fit perfectly, I actually was looking in the air, kind of like this, to get them set exactly where I wanted them. And then I would kind of step back and smile, and I basically got the top teeth exactly where I wanted them to show. And so, like, I would take little pieces and build it up here in the front to kind of stick down as far as I wanted them to stick down. So I mean, you don't have to push them all the way up in. You could adjust it to where the teeth stick down a little bit more. Dang. Don't want them too perfect. The only time you can get away with chewing with your mouth open, Fun Size says. Right? It's the only time I can do that on video, and I'm not going to have a million people tell me, like, stop chewing with your mouth open. Just like everybody always tells me that my fingernails are dirty. But I'm a maintenance guy. I'm not going to apologize for it. I've got dirty fingernails because I work with my hands. It's part of the job. I cannot work an entire day without getting dirty fingernails. And I'm always taking these and just cleaning my nails out, but I still can't get like all the way up in there. So I just have gotten to the point where I'm just like, I don't even care anymore. And I still get that one or two people that get on and have to make a big deal out of my fingernails. And then he said I maybe could do a large set, but I think the teeth would be too big. The medium and large are really not that far apart from each other. When you see that video that I did showing both of them, they're not too far off. Like, they're not a whole lot different. But again, like I've said, in your mouth, a centimeter is a mile. So, I mean, you notice anything that's a little too big or a little too small. So, I mean, if the mediums work fine, I'd keep with them. But I'm sure you probably could do a large because they're not too far off. No, not really, but I didn't seem to... You know, I've wondered, KCD, if the way that they come in, I've wondered sometimes if somebody's going to have about the same shape. Because I've seen other dentures that are about the same shape as the shape that they are automatically come in. So I bet it's a whole lot easier for people like that. Not me. Mine, like, you can see how high that ridge is. It sticks way up. Like I've got, I think it's like because I'm a singer, like the inside of my ridge goes way up. Most everybody else that I see, their ridge is lower than this outside part. Mine sticks up higher. It's like way high. All the research and stuff that I've done of dentures, everybody's is way lower than mine. Could you add more material without them being too bulky? Yep. if you add them to the actual your gum line instead of to really the only part that you need thin that you're even going to worry about being thin is this top part here. Like you can add material to this inside and you're not even going to notice that it's bulkier. Really the thin part is the inside of your mouth where your tongue and everything is, because that's where you notice it's almost like you have something inside of your mouth. It's all in this little area here. But as long as you add just to the inside, you don't really notice it. You can bulk that up to like adjust them up or down. You can add and take away as much as you want. Oh, where did this do? Yeah, I'm wanting to try, Shannon. I want to try to destigmatize it as much as I can, but I don't think it's ever going to be a thing where people are ever going to feel comfortable telling people that they have dentures and stuff. I just don't. I'm still not 100% comfortable with it. Well, especially like in my own world, like my own bubble. I don't like to go around telling everybody that I have fake teeth or anything like that. It's easier because everybody online is people I don't know, but the more people find out, because the channel's getting bigger and stuff, obviously, a lot of people that I know start finding more out about it and stuff, so I find myself getting uncomfortable multiple times when other people ask me about it, but it's just one of those things. I think everybody's going to constantly have like this in the back of their head. I don't want people to know that my teeth are fake type of thing. But yeah, I'd like to at least try to distinct. The other thing too is if more people would get them and make a video of their reaction to them and put it online, and it wasn't just me. Like if you looked up Now Denture, and it wasn't just my videos, but there was multiple other people's videos on there. And if people out there want to make some money, do it, because I'm the only one. Your videos will shoot up there. People want to know from more than just one person. So if you guys are looking to make some extra cash on the side, make a video. If you've had a good response with Easy Denture or Now Denture, Easy Denture. Now, if you've had a good experience with Now Denture and you want to put it, you want people to know about it, and you want to make some extra cash on the side, do it. Make a couple videos showing people that, hey, this is good. Because I've now gotten to a point where people are like, he's the only one with Now Denture stuff. So now I can't trust it because he's the only one. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of people that have said that. Like I work for Now Dentures and stuff. Everybody's going to come up with something. Some reason why they can't trust something. And I get it. Nobody wants to be scammed. But I've started it. People want to see it. People are researching it. You're going to get a ton of views. Ton of views. And if you monetize your channel, once you get past 1,000 subscribers and you monetize your channel, you'll make money off of it. And then who knows? Now Denture might be sending you. I mean, you don't have to become a YouTuber or anything and constantly make YouTube videos, but you'll at least have one video out there making money. Mill says I had small teeth and small mouth. They use child instruments, so I think I'm going to order medium. They do have a small set, don't they? They have small, medium, and large? Small, medium, large, and extra large, I think. Deborah, I like bigger teeth too. I really do. Donna's gonna go get her daughter's brownies. Good for you. I love brownies. Brownies and milk. Oh, did I miss something? I bought a pair of mediums. I've got Stone says I bought a pair of mediums because I have small mouth and I'm around 5'7", but I haven't tried to fit them yet. My gums are still really uneven and bumpy. Mine are super uneven and bumpy still too, and they're healed. Like the top's been healed for well over 2 years now, and they're still very uneven. Like if you were to picture this as like my mouth. The front is kind of up and then this side's down. That's kind of how it is. And that's why when I did the easy dentures, the whole thing moves and it was like super uneven and off. That's why I like that these are one straight acrylic piece and you push them up and they're going to be straight no matter what. That's what I like about them. It's because mine are super uneven. Super uneven and super bumpy, especially on the bottom, because the bottom year. But I put the bottom ones in immediately the day after I got them pulled, so it is what it is. I didn't want to go without teeth at all, so I put them right in the next day. Probably wasn't the best idea, but I did. I've got stones. I was in the same boat. Like I got all the back ones here and here pulled prior to these ones here, the canine to canine, and they were healed, and then these ones kind of like healed and went up, healed and went, you know what I mean? And then I had one tooth here that stuck way out because my bottom teeth were so crooked. I had one tooth that stuck way out, so you can still feel the bump and go around it. So mine are way uneven. But that's exactly why I like these, because they don't twist and turn, they stay straight. Yeah, the best way, because we seem like we're in the same boat. Uh, Honestly, Stones, we seem like we're in the same boat, because I had canine to back, all pulled first, went years without them. And then I got canine to canine in the front pulled in the top, and then canine to canine in the front pulled in the bottom. And so they were way uneven in the back. What I tend to do, and what you'll see in the video, is when I first put them in, I feel that bite down force. I get them all in where I get them as straight as I possibly can. And then I bite down hard. And I see where the pressure's off. And then I do some, I'll heat some of it up, roll it, whoop, drop that. Get some extra, bit off, roll it up into a little like snake, and I push it in that area where the bite force seems like a little weak. And then bite down again until it evens up that bite force a little bit more. And then you kind of just basically, you take note of where your bite force is different and where it feels like it might be off a little bit because of the unevenness. And then you basically just build those sections on the inside until you get it perfectly right. You got to really take your time with it though. Yeah. Anthony said, I just worry about my face being plastered across 1,000 scam denture ads. I'm I'm 100% in the same boat with you. And if I ever see my face in a scam ad, I'm reaching out to YouTube immediately, and I'm gonna demand, um, that they give me recompense for it. No joke. I'm gonna demand that whatever scam ad company does that, that they pay me for lies, lies about, what is that called? Where somebody says lies about you, defamation. So I worry about that all the time. There's even a video out there where somebody did a video called "Is it a scam or is it real?" or something like that, and uh, they have one on Now Denture, and they show the website, and the website has my video on the front, so it shows my face on it, and that just annoyed me more than anything, because it's not a scam. It is exactly what I told you it is. It helped me, and I'm just sharing it to help other people. Is it life-changing for me and may not be for other people? Yeah, but it's exactly what I tell you it is. Like, not a scam, but by the end of the video, it makes it sound like it's a scam, which I think that hurts people. It may help somebody, and then somebody may turn away because they see it. I think some people make those videos sometimes because I made that one video that now has almost 250,000 views, so they think they can piggyback off of that video and make a scam thing on it and get money off of that. Honestly, that's the only thing I can think of, because it's a fully AI generated video. You can make the width of the denture more narrow? No. No. The actual teeth themselves stay in one position, but the heat mold you can adjust. Yeah, people who get veneers, they do all sorts of crazy stuff to your teeth to put veneers on, and then I think it even takes more. Uh, it takes more dental care after you get veneers. Where can you buy the thermoplastic? You can buy it. The Now Denture doesn't actually sell the thermoplastic by itself. That's something that they're going to get back with me on. I asked them that several weeks ago whenever I got the box. I told them they need to do like a repair kit thing where they can just sell the thermoplastic by itself to their customers. And they said they were going to bring that up to their board and see if they can make that possible. But you can get the Easy Denture has a reline kit that's basically just the two pieces of thermoplastic by itself, and I think that's the best stuff you can get online if you're just trying to get more thermoplastic that's about the same color. I experimented for 2 weeks to get them positioned where I wanted them. I would heat them up and move them, wear them a day or two, and then try something different, but eventually got it. Yeah. Yeah, mine were crooked, and it looks like it just forced one out. So, I mean, I don't even know if you can really tell anymore. I was looking for my older bottom, so I don't see them anywhere. I had an old set that I made full DIY. Oh. I've got adhesive in the bottom one, so I can't take those out, or else I'd just show you those. But I've got one spot that's kind of pokey. Yeah, KCD, it seems like you would just benefit with bigger teeth. You may just have big gums. Or not big gums, but small gums and big lips. Could be a huge part of it. I think the only way would be to just kind of fit some more down on the inside and just lower them down a tad. Probably make more room in your mouth too. You're much welcome, Stones. Much welcome. Seems like we had the same issue. So anyways, I wasn't planning on being on here for long, and I've already been on here for a lot longer than I was planning on being on. But I am starting to feel like my fever's coming back. My eyes have been kind of watering for the past 30 minutes. I'm kind of starting to get that like burning skin feeling, so I think it's just in my best interest to go ahead and get off of here, get some water, some Robitussin, and probably get to bed. I appreciate you guys all getting on tonight. Remember that anyone who becomes a member, that money from the memberships gets set aside to give somebody a pair of dentures, and my thing will not stop going off. That's just so everybody in our community can help raise money. Super chats also go to that, and then you can also donate to $ Bryson Michael RC. Anything you want, $1, $2, doesn't really matter. Every bit of it helps. Certainly appreciate it. Thank you, Fun Size. I hope I do get to feeling better. I don't get sick. I don't ever get sick. This is the first time I've been multi-day sick since I was like in college. So, and I'm worried that it might be something worse than just an illness, because my kidneys have been hurting really bad for the past since this has all happened. I'm hoping I'm not having like an infection in my kidneys or something, and I'm wondering if that's why my temperature keeps going up and down so dramatically about the time my kidneys start hurting. So I think it's just one of those things. When Monday comes along, I just need to go see a doctor. It's just like I get to feeling normal, and then I get the chills, and then I start running a fever, and then it's like a roller coaster. It sucks, and I'm starting to get to that dip. So anyways, I appreciate you guys for coming on. I'll talk to you guys later. You'll have a good rest of your night. Like I said, I usually leave this on for a couple minutes so you guys can say goodbye to each other and stuff. And see you guys later. Have a good one.